Talking Lions and Chiefs breakdown, analysis, and prediction video. Everything to look forward in this preseason game coming up here on Saturday. Before we do that, though, we are live for the game on Saturday, Lions and Chiefs. Make sure you show up for the live watch party, play-by-play, and see how the game turns out. Let's get this thing started right now. Again, if you don't know, the game is on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Lions are traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. Currently, the total over and under is 38.5, and Lions are underdogs by plus 6.5, and the Kansas City Chiefs are favored in this game. So what to expect really when it comes to the preseason? Again, we don't know at this point if the Lions starters are going to play at all. But my inclination is just expect, obviously, more of the backups. If they do get one drive, it's just one drive, but expect the backups to be playing in this game. Also, if you want to keep winning, not just on the football field, but behind the scenes, subscribe to the channel. We have a battle going on, Kansas City Chiefs channel over there in my channel, and they're beating me with 34 subs gained this week to my 31. Subscribe to the channel. Let's beat them by game day. Let's get into the plays here, and we're talking about top players in camp so far as it continues. Jameson Williams, Jared Goff, and Lee McNeely, Aiden Hutchinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Those are the top guys. I wouldn't expect, if they do play, it would be probably not more than one drive. We don't know at this point if they're going to play, but probably not more than one drive. And personally, I hope they don't play because I don't want to see any more injuries to players, especially starters who are really important. Question for you. Who do you got winning this game? Put DET if you have the Lions winning. Put KC if you have the Chiefs winning. What to watch for here? Here is my 5 things to watch for in this game. And again, Sione Vaki is going to be one of the main players that I'm watching for this game because he really blew up in preseason week 1. He had a good game, and it was a bad offensive line that he's going with. And I think if this is how it's going to stand out. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Craig Reagan, Sione Vaki. That's probably what it's going to be 1 through 4 for this starting position. But they're still battling out there. You got Zonovan Knight battling, Jermaine Jefferson. You know, we've heard good things in training camp, and Jake Funk battling out. Still a little bit to look for. What did Vaki do last week was so impressive? 4 carries for 29 yards, an average of 7.3. Look at that. That was his average. And you say, oh, it could be a fluke. Not necessarily. His average in college was 7.5. So he's continuing to have a high-end amount of average of yards per carry. And we seen the reason why. We seen it. He was outstanding. And he was juking, moving. He was all over when he was in the running back field, getting it done. So we want to see more consistency, right? We want to see another game of Vaki getting in there and doing his thing. And I think that I think he's going to replicate the success. I don't know if exactly, obviously, he's 7.3, but he is a good player. So when good players are good, they play well. And that's just the bottom line. So I'm excited to watch what he can do and excited what he's going to bring to the table. In this video, we've talked about things to look for in preseason game. What are things to look for saving money if you're going to sporting events or concerts? If that is something that you do, then this is for you. That is Game Time. They have killer deals, last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed, and you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It is easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever, with their lowest prices guaranteed. That is the Game Time guaranteed, which means you're always getting the best prices, and if you find tickets in the same area section, low less, Game Time is going to credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it is a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move your phone left to right, you can see the surrounding area like a 3D live photo. So what do? You got to download Game Time, plug in Chat Sports, and you're going to get $20 off your very first purchase. Again, download Game Time, plug in Chat Sports in the redeem code section. You get $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. You got to create an account, got to have an email to save that money. The link is going to be in the description of this video. So if you are buying Lions tickets this year, make sure you're using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. What I'm continuing to watch for here is Jake Bates, the Lions kicker. He started out camp a little bit rough, but he has been on a great spree of kicking field goals. In training camp the last couple days, he hasn't missed anything, and in preseason versus the Giants, he made the 53-yard field goal. If he continues to do that in this preseason game, the Lions are looking to just not have any more competition for Jake Bates. I mean, we heard they potentially could bring some. They haven't done it so far. If he goes out on Saturday and kicks more field goals than is perfect, oh my, we can just go ahead and call Jake Bates the man. I think this is important for the Lions to watch. Jake Bates is one of the main guys I'm watching. How about wide receiver 4? I'm not saying even 3, but Donovan Peoples-Jones. Is he going to continue to do a redemption? He had a better practice this week, couple practices this week. He made the big 26-yard catch in preseason. Can he finally go ahead and rile it up and be the guy? Antoine Green has been removed from this team, so I just didn't remove him from the graphics. But this is what we have right now. Can Donovan Peoples-Jones uproot Doris Fountain and be number 4, or are you going to sit there at 5? What is going to be happening with this kicker position? That's what we're watching. We just don't know right now. So question for you, who's going to be wide receiver 4 for the Lions? DF, if you think it's going to be Doris Fountain. DPJ, if you think it's Donovan Peoples-Jones, or Isaiah Williams, who also looked well for the Lions. And yeah, Isaiah Williams is another player for this wide receiver position we have a keen eye on because he performed well versus the Giants, and that's what you want to do, is performing well on game day. So if he can continue to do that, maybe he's going to jump in there and make this squad. But right now, Dan Campbell wants to see production out of the wide receiver 3/4 battle. No one's standing out, so we got an opportunity here for these players to stand out. But again, like we always say, it's all about the quarterback position. You got to show out, right? But you got to have the ball thrown to them. So hopefully, with a new quarterback with Jake Fromm, the Lions can get those footballs to these receivers. Next here, I'm talking about the Lions defensive line. I want to see somebody show out the edge position, not talking about Aiden Hutchinson. I would like to actually see Marcus Davenport in this game. I think that would be nice. John Kaminsky's on here, even though he's placed on IR. I just got to update the graphics there. Joshua Pascal, Marcus Davenport, James Houston, Mitchell Agood, Matthew Betts, and Isaac Ukwu. Who's going to stand out? It's hard to tell. It really, really is. Because the Lions are in a situation right now where not many are showing out. And this is the opportunity to do it versus the Kansas City Chiefs. It really is. And if we still kind of have a stalemate on this defensive line, at least from the edge position, there are a couple players that are that should be available for trade. They've talked about them multiple times. The Lions could wait till teams cut down to 53 to pick up another pass rusher to see who can jump in and help out this Lions pass rush. That's options there. But I think all of us would like the Lions simply to have the guys to get the job done. Joshua Pascal and Marcus Davenport, I'm really interested in what they're going to do here. I'm really interested. My eyes are on those two specifically from the edge. They really are. And when I think about the Detroit Lions, when it comes to the defensive line, it's not just all of the edges. It's also about the interior. And we're not going to be able to see Aleem McNeil. Well, they may have a series, right? But DJ Reader's not going to be playing. Aleem's not going to be playing. If he does play, it's only like one drive. But then you got Levi Nuzurike, who we all have seen do well in practice. Broderick Martin, Kyle Pico, Mekhi Wingo, the rookie. I'm actually pretty solid for the Lions' interior defensive line. I think they've done a good job, but still want to see what they can do against the Kansas City Chiefs. Can they do another strong performance on Saturday? If they do that, we have a good directional that we can see for the Lions' defensive line. I got a question for you. Predict the score for the Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs in the comment section. Lastly, what I'm watching for is the Lions quarterback play. Oh my, oh my. What a disaster it was with Nate Sudfeld this past game. But we have a new person in town, and that's Jake Fromm, who the Lions signed. Now, he's not going to have a lot of snaps so far in training camp. He just got signed here. So it'll be extremely vanilla for him, but that's okay. We're looking to see, can the football get even close to the wide receiver? Hendon Hooker's in concussion protocol. I haven't heard it. At the time that I'm recording this, I haven't heard if he's going to play or not. So I'm just going to assume he's not. Jared Goff is the starter. So again, if they do play the starters, it'll probably be one drive. I know we have with him. But it's all on Mr. Sudfeld. Yes, indeedy. It's all on Mr. Sudfeld. Can he come out and perform better than what he did this past preseason game? Because Sudfeld was looking bad. 96 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, 46.5 QBR. Butt cheeks. Butt cheeks. That's what that was. Jake Fromm, though, career-wise in the NFL, 210 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Not good, right? Not good, but that's regular season. So we get to see what Jake Fromm can do. And again, Hendon Hooker, I don't expect him to play. Maybe it's different. And Jared Goff, again, would be one series. I already know we got Jared Goff. I really don't need to see Goff. So I'm looking at Jake Fromm and Nate Sudfeld to see if he can have a bounce-back game and get footballs to the receivers, because we need to know who's going to be a wide receiver for. And Sudfeld's not making the team, in my opinion. So I just want the footballs to get to the receivers. So that's why I'm looking at Sudfeld for that. Jake Fromm, anything better than Sudfeld would make me smile and happy. What are you guys looking forward to in this game? Well, let me know in the comment section. With that said, folks, adios.